Hi guys, today we're going to be taking a look at Beetles limited edition Halloween box. I love me a themed box like this. It's been quite some time since we've had like a Halloween nail kit. I had been eyeing this on TikTok thinking about doing a video, and Beetles must have felt that somehow because this randomly showed up. So thank you to them on that. We also have a set of Halloween nail art brushes, but it sounds like there's beads in here or something. So I'm dying to know what these look like. It looks like this box is $140, which is a bit expensive, so we will be the judge of if it's worth it or not. So I just went to go double check the price, and it looks like it is actually $80 on Amazon now with an additional 20% off, making it like $64. So that is a pretty big discount now that we're a little bit closer to Halloween. So if you did want to get this now, it is much less. Of course, they did send this over, but I will be judging it as if I purchased it. So let's get this open. Okay, love this. Look at that, how fun. I don't know about you guys, but when a box is cool like this, I keep it and use it for storage for random things. Okay, let's open it on up. Ooh, okay. First thing, what is this? Okay, fun. I think it might just be like a fridge magnet. So it is a fridge magnet, or it can be a bookmark. That's why the magnet is removable. That's so cute. I felt like something was pulling my finger, and it's because I have a chain on this finger and the magnet was getting it. So we of course have our info cards. And then my eye, of course, is gonna go for this. Is it just like a little mirror? Or is it a palette? I was gonna say, I don't know if this is a good mirror because I look a little distorted in it, but it's not. It's a palette, which I love. How fun. I figure the way we go through this is just from top to bottom. It looks like we got 5 gel polishes. Okay, no, 8 gel polishes. These are little itty bitty 5 milliliter gels. So that means it's swatch time. So these little gels do have a little color label at the top, but I'm not going to show you before I swatch it, so I don't know, you guys can be surprised. I am loving these colors already. They are so Halloween, so bright and vibrant, although the tops are really on there. There we go. Ooh, this one too. They are straight neon. And they're going on pretty nicely. I feel like they're leveling out really well. Like you can see my brush strokes when I'm doing it, but it levels out in the end very nicely. Okay, but also I feel like these labels don't necessarily reflect the true color in the bottle because I'm expecting a like neon red with this, and then it's like a blood jelly red. A lot of the time jelly gels are usually on the thin side, but this one's actually pretty thick. So like if you wanted to do some blobs or, you know, whatever with it, I feel like it would stay in place. And then it looks like we have a nice classic white and black. I feel like that's pretty good coverage on the black too. Now we're getting into my favorite, some cat's eye. Wait. Okay. I literally opened this bottle thinking like, we get a silver cat's eye in like every big bundle nowadays. But this is a hollow cat's eye. Okay, let's see. It's kind of hard to see, to be honest, to really tell what I'm doing. Okay, you can kind of see in here. The lighting's just not the best, but the hollow pigment in this is like really small and fine. This is our last gel, and this one is also a cat's eye. Ooh, the particles in this one look really fine as well. I've really been needing a more velvety cat's eye. A lot of mine have a lot bigger pieces in there, and some of the different like magnet design techniques, whatever, don't really look as good with bigger magnetic particles, but this one looks really velvety. Oh, look at that. Wow. So here are all the gel swatches. I love what they give us in here, and I also love that they included a black and white. This actually, I feel it could be probably a beginner kit since they are including some staples. Also love that we didn't get just like a plain silver cat's eye. We got a hollow cat's eye, and then this purple cat's eye is beautiful. I feel like also the green, orange, and pink being like a very neon version is a good change up. I feel like we don't get a lot of neon gels and things. So next up, I believe we have some actual nail polish. Do we? Oh, wait. Okay, we actually have a base gel, top coat, and then some nail polish. For some reason, I was just thinking these would all be nail polish because I saw these two. But okay, love that. Base gel top coat. And then let's see. Let's pull this one out. And then this is a like regular air dry base and top coat for nail polish. Both the nail polish and the base and top coat are bigger. They are 7.5 milliliters. Let's swatch this nail polish. Ooh. Okay, it's looking like it's like a really dark blue base with hollow glitter in it and maybe some more like bluish iridescent shards. Wow, I can't tell you the last time I've done some like regular nail polish. I'm putting it on like it's a gel and I have to not do that. I also definitely probably should have shaken this up because now I'm seeing all this hollow glitter that's settled, so that's my bad. This is a pretty nail polish color. Of course, no need to swatch the base and top coat because we will use those when we do a full set of nails with everything. Okay, next up, that is it for the first layer. Let's see what's under here. Ooh, a bunch more stuff. All right, okay, wow. First off, we have a flash cure lamp, and this one is a fun purple color. I like how they customized that also. Of course, let's be real, I and probably anyone else who buys a lot of kits have a million of these, but I do appreciate that it is a purple color. That definitely makes it stand out. Next up, we have some powder. Looks like a chrome powder. Ooh, is it reflective or is it just that sparkly? I don't know. And then we have a fun little bunch of charms. There's a lot in here. There are quite a few charms and some really cool ones too. These are really big and cool, but honestly, just even looking at them is making me feel a little bit sick. I feel like they're too big. Someone come take those ones. Next up we have, ooh, a bunch of little tools. Oh wait, there's something under that too. Okay, this first. All right. First and foremost, we have a little brush, which I love. I don't think I've ever seen anything come with a fluffy brush. Usually it's only the little sponge, but I love that it came with a little brush. We have a brush holder. Love, I use these every time I do my nails, so I can never have enough of these. We have, of course, a magnet tool for the cat's eye, and then a bunch of brushes. And of course, this little case. And the case is cool. It opens from this and then also from top and bottom. The design on these brushes is so cool, very on the theme. We have a thick little, like, I don't know what type of brush this is called, just like a little painter brush. Looks like an ombre brush, an angled brush, a liner brush. Wait, is there two angled brushes? Okay, two angled brushes, and I think they are the same. Next up, we have this, which, oh, we have more under there too. It just keeps going. Okay, these are tips. Ooh, so we have two sets of tips. Both are pre-etched. This one's a shorter, I would say this is more of like a round, not necessarily like a stiletto, and then a long coffin. These ones look different though. Oh, these ones are thick. Oh yeah. These ones must be their Tipp-Ex nails, which I've never actually tried from them, I don't believe. They are really strong. I love how my immediate reaction to seeing these is just to immediately try to break them. It's not happening though. I'm really excited to try their Tipp-Ex ones. I just realized how crusty my cuticles look right now. I'm sorry for subjecting you guys to that. And we have another surprise under the tips. Stickers. These are really cool. I love me some stained glass, as you guys know. Then we have these, which again, I cannot really even look at. I'm going to pass through those quickly. And then we have, are these like eye tattoos? Oh my gosh, they are. Okay, maybe not eye tattoos. When I saw this, I immediately thought of the like eye makeup tattoos, but I think these just might be like regular little temporary tattoos. The shape that these are in remind me of the little vending machines that I used to get them in as a kid. You know, you'd like put a little quarter in, you like push it in, pull it out, and then it would come out. Oh, okay, again. How fun. I love the little additions like that. Moving on down, we have some lash clusters. I remember being surprised there was lashes in the Christmas advent calendar box, but since I opened that one, this doesn't surprise me. We got some clusters, and these ones look like a little red ombre going on. They actually look really nice, and they look like they'd be comfortable to wear. Whenever I wear lash clusters, I put them underneath my lashes, so the band has to be thin. And then we have eyelash adhesive. All right. In addition to the adhesive, we have a eyelash brush. I don't think I've ever got one this shape in an eyelash kit before. And then some clear lash glue. But I will definitely try this and circle back at some point. I don't know. I dislike most eyelash glues, but of course am forced to use them. Maybe this is the one. We'll see. And then more adhesive, but this one's a nail adhesive. We have a thick gel nail glue. I'm not sure if that was it or if there's more. Let's pull up this. Okay, that was it. So that means now we can get to the brushes. Honestly, dying to know if these brushes are filled with like little beads or something. Let's investigate. Oh, okay. I see what happened. Okay, I thought these were just, oh, you know what? I didn't read the fine print. Brushes, brush holders, and nail decorations. So I guess these are brush holders. Let's see if it just, okay, I don't know about these. I feel like they're not very stable. They seem like they might slide a little bit. I guess they technically work, or are you supposed to like, no. I don't know. Fun idea, but I just feel like the execution is just not ideal for brushes. And it looks like what had happened was this got knocked loose and all of the rhinestones fell out. And really that makes a lot more sense than just a bunch of brushes filled with really loud beads. Here are the rhinestones. They look pretty good quality. They definitely look like glass ones and not plastic to me. They're very sparkly. The charms look like the same ones that were in the box. You just get way more of them in here. And then more brushes. Looks like there are some similar and different brushes in this pack. We have a kind of like squoval shaped brush, although this. Okay, there we go, I fixed it. Another ombre type brush, another thick kind of just like painter brush, another liner, which this one actually looks really good. Very thin, especially at the tip. You can never have too many good liner brushes. And then again, another angled brush and a dotting tool. Let me check how much that little individual set is. Okay, looks like this one is $26. There was so much in those. We have so much to play with. So of course I'm going to do a set of nails with this stuff. So let's get into it. So let's get this started. Now I'm just gonna tell you guys, I started filming this part and I got to the part where I finished putting the full cover tips on. And I was having such an off day that day that I really should have stopped filming, but I didn't. And I just hated all of that footage. I feel like nothing was going right. None of my sentences were making sense. Since I was having an off day, I like chewed up my cuticles. So it's been a couple days and we're going to redo this, and that is totally fine because it's gonna turn out even better. As far as the design goes, I literally had just put the stickers on and that was it. But I didn't want to just skip that because you'd be like, why are all the stickers missing? Why are some of the tips missing? So now you guys know. And so let's get into it. So for the tips, we do have our two options, the coffin and this more rounded tip, but a round shape has really been growing on me. I like that these ones have a little bit of length too. They're not like super short, but of course I do prefer the long, so I'm gonna use these ones. So I'm gonna just size these out now. As you can see, they do fall off the form very easily. So if you end up using these a lot, it might be best to put them in a little organizer box. Since these are fairly curved, I usually have to go up a size in what I would normally use so that it doesn't pinch my nail bed. I'm gonna start off with just wiping my natural nails off with some acetone. I did have a bunch of cuticle oil on, so I wanna make sure I get that off. Now I'm going to just rough up my nails a little bit. And then we'll finish off prep with some dehydrator and primer. Of course, I'm just zooming through this part since this is always the most boring part, but I still do like to show it if we're testing out new tips. Of course, the kit gives us a base gel, but I'm going to use my trusty Jello, everyone's favorite peel-off base coat. And my placement for the base coat has stayed pretty consistent for a while now. I essentially just put the peel-off base coat in the center and leave a ring on the outside of my natural nail. And then I like to wipe the sticky layer off of the peel-off base coat, but you don't have to, it's just a preference. Now I'm gonna come make any adjustments I need to these. I always end up having to round out the cuticle a bit because tips are always more square and I have more round cuticles. These tips are pre-etched, as you can see here, but I am going to just also lightly etch them myself. I feel like it's just that little bit of extra security. I'd rather do it and I have wasted my time than not do it, and for some reason the pre-etching doesn't stick as well as I hoped it would and it come off. Then I'm just gonna brush off all the dust. I grabbed out my little light and plugged it in. Although I'll be honest, they should have put a weight in this light or something like that because it is so light. It feels like absolutely nothing. I don't know how it's so light. It's so light that the cord is like pushing it over a little bit. Like it can't even sit straight. And we're gonna use the nail glue gel. I'm gonna start out with just using a little bit of this. Something I should mention is if you are using the Jello peel off base coat, be mindful that not all gels will stick to your natural nail on its own. This gel probably only sticks to a base gel. It might lift on your natural nail part. So you know how I left this ring? This could lift off of it. So what I'm gonna do is come in and do a super thin base coat on everywhere that I left out, or the whole thing, whatever. This base coat is pretty thin, so it shouldn't bulk up the nail very much at all. Also, if you have had issues with the Jello not working for you, that could be why. It would be something super easy to just not even think of. Most of the time, that doesn't really matter to me because often I use stuff that is a 2-in-1 base coat and gel glue, like a Praise Extend Gel. This acts like a base coat and nail glue, so it's going to adhere to your nail and it's going to adhere to the tip, but this one will not. Now that I blabbered about all of that, let's get these on. Since I essentially have 2 base coats on, I do not need that much of this gel. Really just enough to cover the surface area. And here we are. They look really nice and they feel crazy sturdy. And then of course a full cure and a full-size lamp. They look nice as is, but I'm still gonna file around the cuticles. And of course this little top bit where it pops off the form. We're looking really good now. The last and final step before we actually do the design is I'm going to do a little bit of this tip primer around my cuticle just to make it even more blended and flush. Now, I absolutely love these stickers and I'm still set on using them. As we can see, they are partially see-through. So what I'm gonna do is grab my hollow cat's eye gel and I'm gonna put that underneath to kind of like continue on the hollow. But instead of putting the cat's eye on top and then putting the sticker on top of that, I'm gonna put these stickers on top of my nail and then I'm gonna do the cat's eye underneath. Since these tips are like super clear, it'll show right through and it'll help not bulk up this area. So let's get these stickers on. I'm not gonna lie, this low-key feels like the hardest part just because I have to get them nice and center. Okay, I love this one. Look at the castle, so cute. And then for how I'm wanting it to look, I want to put this at the very edge of the tip. Thankfully, these stickers are super forgiving. Okay, I think this looks pretty centered. So pretty. This is gonna kind of look like an opposite French tip since the rounded part is gonna be here. And then I also like this one. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a butterfly or what. I think it is. And then let's do this rose for my middle finger. Since these nails are so curved, they always look so skinny afterwards. Also, it probably goes away after a top coat, but these are textured. Then we'll grab these roses. So the only way I've been able to get these centered easily is to put it between my fingers like this and find the center point matching with the number on here and putting it down like that. And then lastly, love it already. The nice thing about putting the stickers on first and doing this underneath is we can get just the perfect shape with the cat's eye. Although some of these do go onto my actual nail bed, but that's fine. We'll do what we can. I got my cat's eye here. It's a little awkward to show underneath, but I'm doing my best. So now I'm just going to paint what we can see under the sticker. Now I need to magnetize it. Okay, looks good. And I'm gonna do that for all of them now. All cured now, and here they are. It's not gonna make a huge difference, but I think it just adds that little bit of razzle dazzle. I did think about putting like an actual color behind these, like doing something like this, but I decided I wanted to keep it transparent and, you know, just add a little sparkle. The hollow cat's eye will need to be wiped and top coated, but I'm gonna do that at a different time. Right now, I'm going to put a base coat over my stickers because I don't want to mess them up when I do the color I'm going to do on the rest of my nails. So whenever I have a sticker on my nail or anything like that, I always make sure to brush the opposite way with my gel also, because that'll make sure it gets everywhere. If you're just going in one direction, you can kind of like skip over some parts if there's texture to it. These stickers are looking extra pretty now that we have a layer of clear gel on them. For the rest of the color, I want to do this cat's eye. I love this one. This is absolutely my favorite gel out of the set, but it is a little bit transparent and I don't want it to be transparent. So I'm gonna put this pink behind it. I feel like since the cat's eye in this is pink, I think it'll all just go together well. Since I do have that base coat on, I'm less worried about messing up the sticker or going around it. I'm gonna just do my best and then wipe off whatever's covering the sticker. So bright. And I'm going to try to be really careful with the edges because ultimately I want all of this pink to be covered up and I don't want to have it like peeking through around my cuticle or something. I hate when that happens. Like right here, obviously I filed off a little bit of that. Okay, this is a little bit easier to avoid than I thought it was going to be, but let's just speed through this. Now that we have this pink base down, we can do the cat's eye. Although it does look really cute with the pink. Alrighty, let's do this all over again. I'm hoping I'm able to get this really even. Now, of course, my favorite part, let's see if we can get these like really nice. Getting the gel on evenly when you can't do full brush strokes is really hard. So I feel like you can see the unevenness a tiny bit, but hopefully once we do the rest of the design, you won't notice it at all. I also think that pink was the right choice to do underneath. I did consider doing black and that probably would have looked a little bit more like even, but I didn't want it to be super dark. And with the pink underneath, it definitely still looks purplish. So here's what we have so far. I love it so far. My plan was to do kind of like swirls coming off of the stained glass, but now I'm questioning if I should do almost like more stained glass pattern, kind of just like random triangles and squares and stuff like that, and hide a couple things like maybe some stars or a bat, you know, Halloween-y things, or if I should do swirls and kind of do the same thing. I don't know if I want it more like rigid or if I want it more flowy. So either way, I know I'm gonna use the black to do it. So I'm just gonna get that out. And I think I'm just gonna start doing something and see what comes to me if I wanna do some swirls or some more sharper pieces. But I do know that whatever design I do, I wanna put the chrome on top because I love this chrome. And I did already test and the chrome does not really stick to this gel, either the base coat or this purple cat's eye gel after it's been wiped. So ideally it should really just stick to the black after we do it. And you know what, if I mess that up and it ends up sticking to more, then I can just wipe the chrome off and we can have black underneath. It should still look good with just black. We've got a lot of these brushes. Okay, I'm gonna grab one of these liner brushes out. And you know what, honestly, I kind of completely forgot about the brushes until now, so I'll use this one as a cleanup. Okay, I'm gonna do probably the most basic thing and start off by doing a star. I know, never been done before. I'm already doing the thing where you mess up and you just kind of keep making it bigger, thinking you're gonna fix it. Let's try this again, but I remembered that we also have a dotting tool. You know what, that actually looks okay. Okay, not too bad, we'll keep it for now. Okay, and then I have no plan for what I'm doing now. I'm kind of just gonna go with a couple things and hope that they stick. When did I do that? Oh my gosh. Okay, I messed that one up. I don't even know when that happened. I also hate when that happens because then I don't know where the gel is. And you don't want to just like leave that uncured on things. I think doing the stars with the dotting tool will be much better. Okay, I'm just gonna do stars all over these. I feel like nothing else I was thinking of is actually gonna end up looking good or actually be feasible for me to do. And I really like how the stars are looking anyways. I'm slowly but surely getting better at doing stars. If you've been watching me for a little while, you'll know that I always struggle with stars, but these are probably some of my best freehand stars. The black is working mostly how I thought it would. With the chrome, Although there are definitely some spots like right here where I didn't completely wipe the nail good enough and it's sticking a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna clean it up to the best of my ability, and then I'll partially be able to fix this with the second layer on top of the stars. Because it's impossible for me to not just keep layering on more glitter and stuff, I am going to put some of this cat's eye hollow on top of the stars. So it'll be like chrome and then the hollow cat's eye on top. I'm also hoping to seal in the stars that have messy areas. That way I can just fully wipe the messy part away afterwards. Okay, and then we'll need to magnetize these a bit. It's probably gonna be hard to see. So we'll basically just do that to all of these. Can you guys even see that? Probably not. Now that I did that, let's see if these clean up and look a little nicer. Hopefully I did it good enough so that all the extra chrome comes off. Okay, yeah, you know what? It's not perfect, but it's better. Now, I know we have charms and stuff, but I think I'm actually gonna just leave these like this. The rhinestones are a little large for what I think would look good with this. So I'm just going to top coat this and we will be done. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot also to top coat underneath my nails, because you do want to top coat that cat's eye under there. And it'll also help keep the clear, like really crystal clear. And here we are. I feel like this set actually turned out really cute. I love these stickers, and I also love this cat's eye. I think that this cat's eye might be one of my new absolute favorites. Let me know what you guys think of this Halloween box. I feel like there was some really good stuff in here. Anyway, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!